Hi everyone, I'm Terry, and this is the Yarnjoy podcast, episode number 194. Welcome. Well, I have quite a few finished objects this time to show you and a couple of works in progress. So let's just get started and I'll show you what I got done. Okay, so for my finished objects, now this one of them was a finished object from last week and I forgot to show it to you. And since then, I made another one. And so let me show you that. Okay, so this finished object was the cloudy dishcloth. I did do a tutorial for it, both left and right-handed versions, and it is here on my channel. I will link them below in the description box. So one of them I made while I was making the tutorial, and then the other one I wanted to finish up my skein of yarn, and I did, which is awesome. And so let me show you. Okay, so this is a Yarnspirations pattern, okay, not my pattern, but I was given permission to do a tutorial on it, and so let me show you. This is the cloudy dishcloth, and I believe I showed another one, this one, about a week ago, and it made a big one. Okay, so this one I used Lily's Sugar and Cream and an H hook, I think. Anyway, the hook that the pattern called for, and it turned out really big. I mean, this is supposed to be a dishcloth, and it looks more like a placemat almost, or a mug rug or something. And so I decided to use this cotton that I've got. This is called Yarn Bee Sugar Wheel Cotton Mini, okay, and this was the label for it. And the colorway was Cutie Patootie. This was some yarn that was gifted to me. And it was the perfect size to make 2 of these washcloths, which is awesome. Let's see, it is 1.76 ounces, so 1 3/4 ounces, okay, 117 yards. And so out of that, I was able to make 2 dishcloths, okay, so I made one for the tutorial. I think that's the one I made for the tutorial, and then I wanted to use up my that skein, and so I made a second one, okay, so there's the second one, and I had just a small ball about so big left over. That's it. So that's awesome, and I really love the feel of this yarn. It is so soft, and I was thinking it would be such a nice size for a washcloth for my new grandbaby to be. And so I made 2 of them. Now I had like I said, I showed one of them. This was the one I made in the tutorial, I think. I showed them to my daughter-in-law, and she really liked it. She liked the feel of it, and also it kind of goes with the nursery theme because they're doing like a yellow Beatles, yellow submarine type nursery theme. And if you've looked at any of the artwork for the Beatles, the yellow submarine, the video, that there's lots of bright colors and lots of swirls. It's very definitely 70s, I think 70s, right? Decor, design, like retro type thing. So anyway, the swirls and the bright colors kind of goes with their nursery theme. So I'm going to be giving both of these washcloths to them so they can use them, okay? Now I went down a hook size. Now, like I said, this cotton yarn is a number 3 weight yarn, okay? And so that's why this one turned out so much smaller than that one, because this one, like I said, is a number 3. This is a worsted number 4, and also I went down to a 4.5 millimeter hook, okay, for these. And so anyway, I thought they're perfect size, I think. So that is finished object number 1. Okay, finished object number 2 is I made a keychain or backpack buddy, okay? I haven't made backpack buddies in a while. I kind of got addicted to making them. I think it was it last year, year before? I forget. But and I made bunches of them. And then I kind of stopped making them. I didn't make them for a while, where here recently I started making them again. I'm getting a little bit addicted again to them. So you probably be seeing more in the future besides all the ones that I'm about to show you. Okay, so I wanted to make a keychain. I was wanting to make it possibly for a a gift. And so I wanted to try out this pattern. I had it in my Ravelry, you know, it's a free pattern, but I had it in the Ravelry library for a long time. And so I was thinking, man, I never have made that, so I'm going to try out the pattern. And so I did. And so I made this teddy bear keychain, okay? So there is the keychain. It's so cute, and he has a little tail on the back. See the tail? But I think they turned out so cute. Look at that. So I used Bernat Softy Baby yarn. So it was a number 3 weight yarn. This color is, let me do that cute little face. This color is, what is this color? Oh, Little Mouse, okay? Because I wanted a brown, and the only other brown that I had in this weight yarn was like a dark brown, and I wanted to be able to, his eyes and stuff, features, you know, to show up, because I was going to use black. And so I ended up using some of that Little Mouse color. And so it was very easy to put together. I used a 2.5 millimeter hook, so it was very tiny, so a little fiddly if you're not used to working with a very small hook. But that hook was really good because you don't see any of the stuffing that was in here. You don't see any stuffing showing through, so that's good. Now, one thing about it is all these pieces were separate pieces. The head, the muzzle, the ears, the arms, legs, and the tail, all separate pieces in the body. And so you had to sew all those little pieces on, which I'm not a big fan of doing, but I mean, it was definitely worth it because he turned out so super cute. And so, and then, like I said, I turned it into a backpack buddy. There's a good view of him. Yeah. I turned it into a backpack buddy with the little clip that I like to use. And so that is finished object number 2, okay? And then finished object number 3 is actually 4 items. So like I said, after I made this keychain, I was going through some of my yarn that I had, some little yarn balls on my desk in a little container, and I found a little ball about so big of some what is this, Michael's, it's a Michael's brand baby yarn. I can't think of the name, like Snuggly Wuggly or something like that, and it's something I've had for a long time, and I had just this little ball left, and it was a white yarn with black, green and blue like speckles, and or like a variegated, and that's all I had was that little piece left. And I said, well, I'm just gonna use that, and I'm gonna make some octopus keychains. I've made this pattern before, and I believe I even used that yarn before, and I really thought that it turned out cute to make the octopus with. And so I thought, well, I'm gonna look up that pattern and make some octopus just to use up that little ball of yarn. So I ended up making 3 complete octopus, and I turned them into backpack buddies, okay? So here is one of them. Let me get it where you can see his face. He's twisting on me here. There, see? Isn't that cute? Oh, he's so cute. And I had these colored eyes, safety eyes, and so as you can see, yeah, that one has got green eyes, okay? I had one that I put blue eyes in, and that's all I had of the blue eyes. And so the rest of these have green. And so I ended up making 3, okay? But one of them I've already sent off in the mail this morning as a little gift to somebody. And so I don't have all of them. So here's the 2 of the 3 that I made with all of this, where the whole body is this yarn, okay? So there's those 2, and then plus the one I mailed off, okay? And then I had a little bit of that speckled yarn left, and I thought, well, I'm gonna start another one, we'll see what happens. And so I used it up, and it only went as far as the top of the head of the little octopus. And so I looked in my little it's a pretty big container. In fact, I have 2 containers. I think of this little yarn, tiny yarn, it's like baby sport weight, that type, and it's bits and bobs that I have that I'm using for the nativity set that I've been working on, and I used it for the Rudolph set, and that sort of thing, those crochet kits that use the little tiny yarn, and I also make backpack buddies out of them. Anyway, I found a blue and a green that was similar to the blue and the green in the this variegated, and so I made this one. So see, I have the top part, the top is that speckled yarn, but then I ran out, and so I used, let me turn him around here, see, I used green and then a blue. I did like 2 rows of green, 2 rows of blue, and then when you come to the tentacles, you can see them there, I did every other tentacle, 1 green one, 1 blue one, 1 green one, 1 blue one, like that. And so that's what I did, and then he does have the green eyes. Yeah, there you go. That's a good view. Isn't he cute? He's so cute. And so this pattern is wonderful, super easy, little fiddly, but I mean, you could make it and use bigger yarn and a little bit bigger hook. I did use the 2.5 millimeter like I did the teddy bear. But anyway, this pattern is the baby octopus, I think, and the website is Lucy Ravenscar, Lucy Ravenscar.blogspot.com. I will link it below. But anyway, it's so cool. You don't have to do the octopus legs, the tentacles, you don't have to do them separate and then sew them on. It's all one piece. I mean, you start it, and I just got down so far, and then I went ahead and attached the backpack buddy, the string to it. That way I could tie it on the inside, and then I added the safety eyes and stuffed it. And then I went and did the tentacles, and then you close up the bottom. So I mean, super easy, all one piece. I love patterns like that. And so I don't remember if the pattern has, I don't know if it has a smile. I think I added the smile, but I don't think the, now I can't remember if the original had just eyes or if it has a smile, but I had to put little smiles on them. So I ended up a total of 4 of these octopi, and so that is my next set of finished objects, was these octopi. Anyway, so and the bear, I will put a link below in the description box where for the pattern for this, okay, as well. Okay, the next one is another backpack buddy or keychain. Okay, so I've kind of been on a crab kick. I'll show you my blanket in a minute, then you'll see that. But anyway, I found a pattern for a crab keychain, and it is by CrisetteDesigns.com, I think, link it below, and it is Claude the crab. Okay, Claude spelled C-L-A-W-D. And I don't have a picture of that because I've already sent it off in the mail. But I mean, I don't have it to show you, but I do have a picture because I sent it off in the mail. But I will pop the picture of Claude the crab right here. Isn't that cute? I didn't think I was a crab person. Don't really care for crabs that much, but it's so cute, and it just makes me smile every time I would look at him. He's so cute, and like I said, I just sent him off in the mail to somebody for a gift, but I started a second one, and so and I will show you that when we get into the works in progress. Let me finish the finished objects, and then I'll show you my second in progress crab. Okay, so that let's see, that was works in progress number 4-ish. Okay, and then the only thing else I have to show you is the crab blanket. Okay, so this was a project that I was working on in my Whipwall Wednesday series. Okay, and I will link in the description box below the video that I did yesterday that I revealed this blanket, but I also went into more detail as far as the pattern I used for it, and kind of describing how the process I went through and with finishing it. But I do want it, since it's a finished object, I want to go ahead and just show it here for those that maybe don't follow, watch my Whip Wall Wednesday episodes. And if you don't, well, why don't you? Okay, so here is the crab blanket. Right there. So anyway, it's finished. And like I said, go over and watch the Whip Wall Wednesday video, and you'll see more. I talk more about it in that video. Okay, so that is the end of my finished objects. I got a lot finished. They are little bitty things, but most of them. Oh no, one more. Oh my goodness, one more. Okay, so you know that I'm doing the B Squared cowl that is being hosted by Jill, who is Fiber Floozy Crafts here on YouTube, and I am doing those squares, and I finished square number 10. So let me show you that. Last time I showed it to you, and it was a work in progress. So here it is. It's a very textured square. I don't really know if you can see the detail, but here it is. Very interesting stitch. I did have to go around the whole entire thing with more of the red because it wasn't quite big enough. I'm trying to get them to turn out the same size, all the squares that I'm doing. And like I said, this is number 10. And so, so there's that one. Okay, so that's a finished object. Okay, so like I said, if you want to learn new stitches, check out the B Squared cowl. You can always catch up. I am behind still. I think she just released the tutorial. She's doing a tutorial for each one. She released the tutorial for 14 and 15, I think, and this is just number 10. So I am a little bit behind, but that's okay. So anyway, check those videos out if you're interested. Okay, now let's go on to, works in progress. Okay, so crab. Now this, like I said, is a pattern by Crisette Designs, and I'm working on another crab. The dog was making noise. I was wondering what he was doing. Okay, so here is my crab so far. Okay, so you see he has his legs. You make the little pinchers after you put him together, and then you sew them on. Okay, so I am right at the point where I need to I need to put in safety eyes, his eyes, and I'm using 4mm eyes. I happen to have them on hand, and so I'm using those, and then I will go ahead and do the attachment for the clip. You know, I'll go ahead and attach the clip, the Backpack Buddy clip. I'll go ahead and do that while it's open so I can tie it under the bottom. Okay, and then I will continue on. See, it's still connected, but I will continue on and close up his bottom, and then put a little stuffing in, close up the bottom, and then make the pinchers and sew those on. Anyway, so there is my progress on that. So I end up using a 3.25mm hook. This happened to be just one that was within reach at my desk, and so it was a hook that came in my Rudolph the crochet kit, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer crochet kit. Okay, and so that's what I'm using for this one, and it is coming out a little slightly bigger, and I think this one's going to be a even better looking size. So that's what I'm doing for that. Now I'm using this red sport weight yarn. Don't have the label for it, I just have this. So but I do know that it's sport weight yarn. Okay, for that. Okay, so works in progress number 2, it's a Sea Life blanket. Now I will pop in a picture right here of what the Sea Life blanket, or the pattern that I am using. Here is that. Okay, so that is the pattern I'm using. It is paid for pattern. I got it off of Etsy. The company, it's called 1 and 2 Company. That is the name of the Etsy shop that I got it off of. It is paid for pattern, but you get the pattern for the blanket and all the appliques that go on it. And so it is going to be for my grandbaby to be. And so, well, he's already my grandbaby. I just haven't met him yet because he's still under construction. But anyway, it's going to be for him. And last week I showed you, let's see, I have it. I haven't worked on it at all since I showed it to you last, but I will show you again here. Okay, so this is where I'm at. Ooh, you can't see. Sorry, that was the hook that was stuck in it. Okay, so here is the bottom of the blanket. Okay, it's like a beach. I mean, that's what it is, a beach, and then you have the water. Okay, so I mentioned last week that I had run out of the ombre yarn that I was using in the colorway Scuba. I had ran out, and so I was thinking of options to use, because I have about 10 more rows to go. I think the top from where this marker is, I need to go up about 10 more rows, and then I'll be finished with the background. Anyway, so I was thinking, oh, well, I don't know if I want to buy another skein of the Scuba, and maybe I could substitute a similar color, which I do have, in the mandala mandala cake, but it's a number 3, the Lime Brand Mandala in the colorway Spirit. It's got a turquoise in there that's would match perfectly. Although I thought, well, I could hold it double because it's a 3-weight yarn instead of a 4-weight yarn. But then, I had comments, and people were saying, no, you just need to go get another ombre and finish it up, and because this is a special blanket. And so yes, I agree. But I went to the store because I thought better of it, and then I thought, okay, well, I'll go look for the yarn to get another of the Scuba, and my Walmart didn't have it. And so I wasn't able to find it anywhere. And so one of my sweet viewers, I mean, you all are sweet, but one of you contacted me and said, I have Scuba, I will send you some. And that was Katie. She lives in Minnesota, okay? And so I picked up a package today where she had sent me, and she told me that she was going to send me a skein of it so then I could finish my blanket. That's so sweet of you, Katie. Well, I got the package today, opened it up, and there was 2 skeins of the Scuba in the package. So thank you so much, Katie. That is awesome. And so now I'm going to pick out the dark blue that's in there. I'm not turquoise, dark part, so I can finish up the deep water part of my blanket. So thank you so much, Katie, for your thoughtfulness of sending them to me, especially since I had decided I was going to get another skein, and then I couldn't find it here. So that's so awesome and so generous of you for sending me. And then you sent 2 of them. So you know what I think I'm going to do? I thought, well, I'm not going to need both of them to finish my project. So what I thought about doing is to make maybe a tote bag. Like, remember I did the flamingo bag? Well, I was thinking maybe, and I made a llama bag. Anyway, make a tote bag, possibly, or a wall hanging, I'm not sure. But with this, and use like the same pattern, basically, and then make another applique of the yellow Submarine, because that's the main focal point, and put it on there, and then she can use it to carry his toys in. I'll line the bag and put a strap on it. Anyway, that's what I'm thinking about doing once I use what I need to finish the blanket. So I think I'm going to do that. Anyway, so while I was waiting for the skein to arrive, I started working on some of the appliques. And so I've only got 2, but I did make a starfish, okay, so that will be stitched onto the blanket, okay, so there's a starfish. And then, of course, I had to work on the Submarine. So I got the Submarine made. Pull that out there. So here is the Submarine so far, okay, that is his propellers. and then, so there's the main part of the Submarine. I've got all the pieces made, but I haven't put them together yet. But then, of course, they have the little 3 windows like that, and there's another one. I just can't hold them all up. But anyway, that's the windows that's going to be going on it. And then, of course, there's even a little periscope. Okay, there's the periscope. So that applique is ready to be stitched onto the blanket. So that's the 2 appliques so far. that I've made. And yes, there is going to be a crab that's going to be on there. And anyway, so it's going to be really cute. And then I'm going to use the walrus tutorial from Carrie's Crochet, make an applique for the walrus, and the walrus will be on the beach as well. So it's coming together really cute, and I appreciate, like I said, I appreciate Katie for sending the yarn to me, and I definitely will be using the rest of it, and like I said, maybe a tote bag or something. I thought I would use the same applique for the Submarine, but maybe make it bigger, you know, hold it like 2 strands together, and also maybe a bigger hook. Try to get it a little bigger to put it on a tote bag. I think that would be really cute. Anyway, that's my ideas for that. So that's works in progress number 2. Works in progress number 3, just one more, is I started a couple of weeks ago, I showed you a pattern that is, the pattern, it's characters that are inspired by the movie The Rescuers, okay, Disney characters, and his little mice couple, Bernard and Bianca. So let me pop that picture right here. I'll pop it in, and so you can see the little characters I'm talking about. Okay, so I started on Bernard, okay, and so this is what I've got so far. Now, I just have his ears pinned onto his head, and so I'm not even sure if I'm going to pin in the right place, but I'm just going to give you an idea of what he's looking like, okay? So there he is so far. I have his head and I have his ears, but like I said, they're just pinned on. And then I do have his body. Let me get this yarn out of the way. Okay, there is his body, okay? So I still have to make his arms and then attach, you know, his head to the body. And I was thinking, man, he has no neck because as you can see, I didn't close up the body because it told me not to, well, it didn't tell me to. And so I'm assuming the head's just going to sit right on top of the body and then you stitch it on. But as you can see, that's like no neck. But maybe that's the way he is. I'll have to look at the picture again and see. And I think Bernard, that's how he is. And so, but what I might do is use this long tail and go around it and kind of draw it up a little bit, you know, like gather it up just a little bit to tighten up that opening just a little, make it smaller, and then stitch his head on. So we'll see. But anyway, that's so far what I've gotten. I don't have his clothes or anything yet. I'm using... for Bernard, I'm using this gray, I think it's called flannel, and it's Bernat Softy Baby, okay? And so that's what I'm using for him, for his body. And then Bianca, of course, I will use white, okay? But anyway, that is my progress on that. It's so cute. The website is ollieholly.com, I think. I'm not sure, but I'll link it below. Okay, that is it. I showed you the happy mail, which was the skeins of yarn that I received, and then all my finished objects and my works in progress. Okay, and so upcoming, yesterday I just did the Whipwall Wednesday episode 23. I showed the finished crab blanket, which I just showed you, but I also showed and talked about the next project that I'm going to start working on for that series. So if you want to know what that's going to be, check that video out. I'll link it below. Okay, and then also, so that was yesterday, Wednesday. So next week on Wednesday will be my Movie and Stitch collab series, and I will be revealing or talking about my D movie, my movie that starts with letter D, and the project that I'm working on while I'm doing that, and then I will announce what I will be watching, what movie I'll be watching for the letter E. So anyway, I'm having such a fun time with that collab, and I hope everybody that's participating, there's quite a few that are participating, and which is awesome, and so I hope everybody's enjoying it. Okay, so that is upcoming, and another thing is upcoming is I have a tutorial upcoming, and is an Easter themed, well, it is Easter themed, but it's so cute you could use it anytime, depending on what you use it for. But anyway, I'm hoping to get that started maybe tomorrow, maybe, or Saturday. You know, this weekend I want to try to get it started and get it finished, so that way if you want to make it for Easter, you will have it, okay? So that tutorial is upcoming. So that's it. I'm still working on that tote bag. I showed you a little glimpse of it. I'm still working on it, sewing project, so I might do some sewing tomorrow too. we'll see. I think that's it. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for my new subscribers, welcome. And for my original subscribers, thank you for sticking with me all this time. I'm coming up on, what is it, 3-year anniversary, I think, or 4, I forget. You know, time flies when you're having fun, and I definitely have fun making these videos and get to visit with all of you. And so anyway, I'm having an anniversary coming up, and it'll be in May. I'll have to count up to see how many years it is. But anyway, thank you so much to everybody that has subscribed to me. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please consider doing so and follow along on the progress of my projects and things that I work on, and the tutorials that I put out. Maybe there's some that I make that will be of interest to you. But anyway, I appreciate it so much. I love being able to interact with everybody. Thank you so much to everybody's comments. Sometimes I get a little bit behind in answering them, but I appreciate them all, and I do read them all. And I do at least give you a heart when I read them, so then you'll know that I did read your comment, and I try to comment back to as many as I can. But I appreciate it so much. It's like talking with friends, and I just love the feedback that you give me. It's such a wonderful experience to be able to make videos here and be able to share my love for yarn and yarny things with people that are like-minded that also love it. So thanks so much. And go over to our Facebook group. Join the Facebook group. It's Yarnjoy Podcast. And that way you can post pictures of what you're working on, and I can see what you're doing, which is always awesome. I love to be inspired by you and, you know, what patterns and things that you're using, and we get to share patterns and projects with each other. So that's awesome. Okay, now I'm going. Everybody have a wonderful weekend. We're having some beautiful weather here after snowpocalypse. But now it's like in the 70s, so it's wonderful. We're having very beautiful weather. So I hope it is good where you are. Everybody have a wonderful weekend, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.